Channel 1 Yuma Productions presents Heroes of Police Animal Control with the Humane Society of Yuma, Episode 1. Officer P. Nightlet. Officer M. Mazook. Officer Hadley. Officer Carrillo. Officer Bauer. Sergeant Allen. All persons are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Officer Michael Mazook with the Yuma Police Department Animal Control. On a day-by-day basis, I respond to numerous kinds of calls, all from animals being not treated well or animals at large. I usually respond to 12 to 15 calls a day, impound numerous animals. And on the down times when we don't have a lot of calls for service, we go out into the public and try to educate people about vaccinating their animals, having them licensed, keeping them off the street. And we patrol the streets of Yuma, picking up animals that have been lost and trying to return all the animals to their owners. And we try to do a lot of education with people. How many miles do I drive on a normal shift? I would probably drive about 85 to 90 miles. Last night I drove 140 miles. And that's quite a bit of miles for a small city like Yuma. I average about 12 calls every day, and that's just for one shift. And we have two shifts that work a 24-hour period. We have an on-call officer, and I've been the on-call officer this week. I got called out last night at about 2:45 a.m. for a sick cat that had just given birth to 5 kittens. So I responded to that, and I picked up the cats and took them to the Humane Society for vet care. So right now we're going to be en route to Officer Bauer's location. He's at 18th Avenue and 27th Street with 11 dogs at large. It allows you can only have 5 animals, 5 domestic animals, and they all have to be licensed and vaccinated. Anything over that, you need a kennel license. And right now we're heading to a call that has 11 dogs, and they're all at large at one house. So we're going to find out what's going on and see if we can talk to the owner. And so how many dogs do we have to catch?
Total of 6, because she owns 5.
Okay.
So we're going to give her corrective action, vaccinations and license.
All right.
And the rest are in the backyard, I believe.
Okay. So is it going to be a rodeo?
Yeah, they're all Chihuahuas.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
Thank God they're not big dogs.
Okay. Okay, here's the situation here. This residence we came to, we were patrolling the area, and there were 11 dogs running around. The resident at the address claims ownership of 6 animals, and there's 5 more that are in her backyard that she says she does not own, that she has just been feeding occasionally. So right now we're going to remove the 5 animals and give her some paperwork to get her animals licensed and vaccinated. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not very often that we have this many dogs at one residence. She's claiming she only owns 6 of them. I don't believe that right now, but we have an investigative process that we have to go through. We're probably going to send a criminal complaint to the DA's office for her for not having all these animals licensed and at least vaccinated. So right now we're just going to remove some of these animals. It's not a cruelty case by any means. It's just too many animals.
It's no doubt that pets enrich our lives. What a better way to establish your legacy and benefit the homeless pets of Yuma than to
leave them a gift in your will. We would like to invite you to join our Legacy Circle. Our Legacy members allow us to carry out our mission and help us to save hundreds of precious lives each and every day. Being a Legacy member can also mean providing care for your pet after you should pass. Visit us today at hsoyuma.com for more information on how you can love them after you are gone.
Heroes of Police Animal Control with the Humane Society of Yuma.
I'm Animal Control Officer Penny Knightlett. I've been doing this job for 3 years. What some people don't understand in the desert community especially, that when we're chasing a dog we have to keep in mind its heat. It can quickly overheat and then it will heat stroke and will pass away. So when we chase dogs, especially during the day, we try to keep it in short intervals. If we're unsuccessful in catching them, we back off and let them rest so that they don't overheat. We're going to a house where a couple have been helping me to try to confine a dog. We've been chasing him for just under 2 months. He's been around Yuma, but he's very weary of our truck. Earlier today I went down to the house and as soon as he saw me he started growling and ran off. So the couple that are the house that he's been hanging out at have been able to put him in their backyard. They do that when they get caught the first time. This is a dog that he's been out for a while. He's not very socialized. He'll calm down. He's young now. Finally, after 2 months of chasing him, with the help of the citizens in this neighborhood, we were able to catch him. I think the smaller ones are actually more aggressive. I have never seen a big one as aggressive as some of the little ones are. He's not happy, but he's a little too little to jump out all by himself.
Okay.
Tan, brown and brown, two-tone. Good boy.
Okay.
Good boy.
Are you okay? Let me just check his.
He's, I don't know. You gonna try to check his teeth?
Yes. 2 years.
That was my guess too. Sometimes the dogs do release their bowel movements on us. That's just a sign of fear.
Hi, my name is Lana Shapiro. I'm the marketing manager here at the Humane Society of Yuma. Today we're here recording a case about a lab that came in as a stray from the City of Yuma Animal Control. Came in a limped leg where we are performing an amputation today. He came in with this leg basically immobile. He balances on this leg, but other than that, there's not much else that he does with the leg. We believe that he was born with it and that it was just a birth defect.
We are getting ready to go into surgery, and I'm just getting him prepped and shaving his leg and having it cleaned and sterilized so he's ready to go in.
Just immediately walked right after he had his surgery. So, I mean, he's doing really well. He's healing great. And he's such a sweet dog. I mean, just so lovable, and he's going to make a good pet. So.
Thanks to the Humane Society of Yuma.
I'm Officer Bauer, Yuma Police Department, Animal Control, Officer Creo and Officer Mazook. We're here for an animal rescue for a juvenile kitten. We've been out here approximately 5 to 6 times in the last 3 days. It's actually in this drainage hole here. We're going to try to get an officer down there to attach the catch bolt to the kitten to pull the kitten out.
So you guys don't shut the cap on me. Insects?
Black widows.
Black widows?
They said there's some black widows down there.
All right. We'll be good for the cat. It seems to respond to you. It's definitely close. All right. Good deal. So the cat is very far from this drainage entrance where we can get, I can't even see him, he's at least 30 feet away. So I think he has access to the street from what we can see, and we put a little ramp in there for him to climb out on a towel, so there's no way any of us can climb in there and get him, he's too far back. So right now I think we're just gonna leave him, see if he can get out. Yeah, he's past the truck. So from right here, it's at least 20 feet. All right, we're gonna clear the scene because we left the animal food and water, and we made an escape route with the towel so he can crawl out if he comes out. But other than that, we can't crawl in any small pipes, so he's gonna have to figure out how to get out on his own.
The next day, the cat was gone and the food dish was empty. Heroes of Police Animal Control with the Humane Society of Yuma.
She's really, really skinny too.
Oh man.
She's malnutrition. She's really skinny. And I fed her, I gave her some water.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh.
How long ago did you find her?
You know what?
Yeah.
She drank fine. Be okay, Mama.
Let's see if she has a microchip on her too first.
Yeah.
All right. No microchip, so don't know who the owner is. No ID tags on it, so we're gonna take it to Humane Society right now. Get us some vet care. I don't know what is wrong with this dog, Christina. It has something coming out of its rear. I don't know if it's a prolapsed uterus, rectum. You want me to leave it on the truck for this moment? Is it rectum or uterus? Rectum. Look how cute that dog is. Not good, huh?
Let me call Victoria
Okay.
and she see where she's sitting and do it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave her on here for right now? Okay. How old do you think she is? Look at her teeth, or I mean her gums are
they're so
white. There's hardly any color in there. She's younger than I think.
10 weeks, maybe.
10 weeks old? That's it? Mucus?
Yeah.
It's okay. See how far that is now?
Yeah, 12 pounds.
Because I'm going to write a cruelty report on this, even though I don't have any owner information at this time. Needs to be documented.
Okay.
Yeah, she's constipated. Tail's erect. We have a vet tech coming to look at the animal. So she has a prolapsed rectum right now, and she's very malnourished. I'm just gonna go get some paperwork I need. The animal passed away due to its body condition and overall bad health. And at this point, I have no information on the owner or a suspect. Nobody has come forward looking for this animal. So right now, I don't have anything to go on to prosecute anybody if I could. I don't know anything about this animal. It's just an unfortunate circumstance.
My name is Lana Shapiro. I'm the marketing manager here at the Humane Society of Yuma. Today we are talking about a case of German Shepherds that have been brought in this morning by the City of Yuma Animal Control, and currently it is under investigation.
Originally I was called out to a residence that had 9 starving German Shepherds, and they were in deplorable conditions, eating their feces, open wounds, no water. So after negative contact with owners for several days, a search warrant was written and the animals were seized from the property, and at the same time the owner showed up and she was arrested on animal cruelty charges. It's finally gone through the court process. She pleaded guilty to 9 counts of animal cruelty, and she cannot own any animals in the city of Yuma for 3 years. She's on probation for 3 years, and she also had to pay over $3,000 in fines.
We're here today at PetSmart for PetSmart charities. Today is the day that we're going to actually adopt out the 4 German Shepherd puppies that were rescued from the cruelty case about a month ago. So today for the cruelty cases, we're doing a specialized adoption where they get pre-qualified beforehand, and then we're going to raffle them off one by one. All right, it's 524110.
524112.
Why did you guys want to know? We wanted puppies for a long time. Besides, the lazy one like Choppa.
We love Humane Society.
The German Shepherd parents were also adopted, so they will have a happier, more comfortable life too, thanks to the Humane Society of Yuma.
I'm John Allen. I'm the Animal Control Sergeant for the Yuma Police Department. The city took over animal control the 1st of January of 2012. We started with just myself and 2 officers, and quickly learned that that wasn't going to be enough. So there's 6 of us total, and it's running smoothly. It's been a steep learning curve, but all is going pretty well. My officers are getting trained, and everything is good. One of the challenges we've had from the very beginning is keeping personnel. In this field, it's a transition person. You don't keep people more than 2 or 3 years. We started this 3.5 years ago, and Officer Knight, with the one that you'll be riding with, she's the only officer I have from those days left, and all of those have transitioned through since then. So the 2 of us are the only 2 of the original officers. And the other challenges are the animal cruelty cases and getting information on those cases. A lot of times what we're finding is animals are just dumped, and we don't have any suspect information, and that's challenging because the citizens see these horrific pictures of animals that are mistreated, but we don't have anybody to go after, and there's a lack of people coming forth to give information. I believe in most of those cases people know the owners of those dogs, but they're just not willing to come forth and tell us. So that's a frustrating part for us. But beyond that, keeping and training officers is always a challenge.
Why do you think they're afraid to come forward?
Well, I think they don't want to hurt their friend. My belief is that and I don't know if you've seen the pictures of the 2 emaciated pit bulls especially.
It was left out in the open. Nobody would claim ownership to it. We couldn't find the owners. It was very emaciated when we found it. It was, I think it weighed 13.5 pounds when we made impound of the animal. It was brought back to health. The dog is now very happy and healthy, and it has been adopted to a family in Yuma.
That didn't happen over a short period of time. So people had to have seen that progress to that point, and they weren't willing to come forth then, even to say, hey, can you come and check on these dogs? I don't think my friend's taking care of them. Mm-hmm. And so people, I think they don't want to hurt their friendship with someone, but unfortunately the animal suffers. Anybody can use 78 crime to be anonymous and report any kind of criminal activity, to include on animals. And we have received some of those. And those people, they're anonymous to me, so I can't give their information out. But it's a lead that we can go and have a conversation with the owner. And in some cases, the abuse hasn't got to a stage where it's a cruelty case. It's just a lack of learning. And so we have an opportunity to train citizens on the proper care of animals. Or we sometimes come across a situation where that person says, I'm in trouble, I don't know what to do, and we can help them before it becomes a cruelty case. So 78 crime is one way to do that anonymously, as well as just call in if you want to be part of the process. One of my favorite stories is Freeway. Out on Interstate 8 was this mini pincher, I think she was a mix, that was living out there. I don't know how she was getting food, but she's out in the median of the freeway. And so there's cars going back and forth all day long, and she's out there, and she wanted nothing to do with us. We're just trying to help her, but she doesn't understand that. And so she's running like the dickens, and we put traps out to try to catch her, and I think she went into the traps, but we baited it with Vienna sausages, one of our favorite treats to try to get animals to come to us. And I think ants got on the Vienna sausages, and so when she bit into the Vienna sausage, an ant bit her, and so she'd do nothing with the Vienna sausages anymore.
The little dog Freeway, she used to run along the freeway in the median. It took us about a month to catch her.
And it was really difficult for us because if we chased her, we were afraid that she would run onto the freeway. And if she runs onto the freeway, not only do we have the issue of her being hit, but then we have vehicles swerving to avoid hitting her, causing a vehicle collision at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour.
How we did finally catch her, she was on the freeway. She was very weary of the road itself. She would stay on the dirt. She would not go in the traffic lanes. And so Officer Hadley had one end and I was at the other end, and we knew we had her between us. We didn't know exactly where she was, so we just started walking towards each other. And so I saw her hiding in a bush.
I'm very proud of my officers because they went out for weeks, day after day after day, and actually snuck up on her and captured her, and she's been adopted out. And so that was a great success story for my officers.
The Briefing.
All city residents, the grant will be for the full amount of the level 3 rate. So what that means in English is we're going to pay $60 for a spay or neuter of a dog. We're going to pay $50 for a feline spay and $25 for a feline neuter. Now, if they're in a level 3 category, that virtually means they will not pay for the procedure at all. If they're in the level 2 category, they'll pay the balance. So that means they pay $15 to get a dog spayed or neutered. You're just not going to beat that out. A service animal is not a pet. It's a working animal. So they cannot charge pet fees for a service animal.
Only a commercial property.
They can charge them damages, but they cannot refuse them access. If there's got a no pet facility, they can't say no to your service animal. And they can't charge you extra money for that service animal. Even if they charge more for pets, service animals are not pets. There's only 2 questions you can ask for service animals. Is there a disability, and has the animal been trained to take care of that disability? You cannot ask what the disability is. You can ask what the animal's been trained to do, but you cannot ask what the person's disability is. Where the owners have wanted to refuse animals, we basically just educate them.
That sounds like a landlord-tenant kind of
It could very well be. It'd be a civil, it would be a civil suit.
Okay.
They'd have to report it to the federal government. The federal government would step in. That's not something we would prosecute or assist in.
Okay.
Same things that we have with feral cats, we have with dogs. If you throw a party, you bring all the food to one place and all the animals come to a party, there's going to be a reproduction process. So my question to Officer Bauer is, did some of the animals look like they were puppies of the other animals? And he said they did. So she created that very scenario that we tried to stop. Had she called us, and I've got this dog at large, we picked it up, half of those dogs may not have existed because the animals were taken to the Humane Society. So she's created that very problem. So there's also the harboring, maintaining for more than 6 days, that animal becomes your animal if you go through the steps. So we actually could have tagged her also for over limit, because the most you can have is 6 animals. She had 15, 16. There could have been 11 coupons for 11 dogs over the legal limit.
It looks to be a cat that's trapped in some kind of cinder block wall. We're going to try to remove it. And it says she's sick, so we'll have to see how sick she is when we get there. There's a gray domestic short-haired cat that is stuck about 2.5 feet down in this cinder block wall.
Do you want these?
No.
It is solid?
Yeah, I can see cement. So he can't go any farther down. Nope. Oh, it does go all the way down.
It does.
Yep. All right. Come on. Oh, one more. Yeah, it's all right. I got it turned around at least. Hi, kitty. Better now, yeah. He's really hot and he has some injuries to his rear leg. So Officer Bauer is going to take him to the Humane Society right now and have a vet look at him.
One Yuma and Human Life present the Humane Society of Yuma. Every day it's a battle for the lives of Yuma's homeless pets. Every day the Humane Society of Yuma cares for over 200 animals. Without your help, many of these animals won't have a chance.
On Tuesday, April 7th, we received a case of 5 poodle blends as an owner give-up. They were severely matted, and we took them to the groomers to spruce them up.
Hi, I'm Courtney from Uptown Pet Spa. Today we received 5 Humane Society dogs that were in really bad condition, really matted. We're going to transform them, as we do with every dog every day, into something more adoptable. We're going to give them haircuts, baths, and clean them up. So we're gonna shave this dog, and when we do this, it's so pelted that there could be a possibility that there's hematomas when we shave ears. There could be sores underneath the skin. We can't see, so we don't really know. And there could be discoloration. You can see how it's a different color, it's discoloration. So I would say this is probably about 9 months to a year worth of matted coat.
For the past couple of days, we've been doing a couple of Humane Society dogs, and we've been able to make a couple look really cute.
Okay, so we got majority of this mat off. This was on her back, this whole entire thing. I mean, obviously this is all from one side, but this is extreme abuse. I mean, this is just ridiculous. At least maybe 5 pounds. I mean, they were heavy pelts that were coming off of these dogs' backs. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a bath now. We're gonna give her a deep clean. So they usually get 2 baths and a conditioner. And she might get a little extra love because she's a little bit dirtier, so. Are so good, they're so sweet. They all have been, I mean, they're not bad to groom at all. So she looks cute. There she is.
The 5 of them, 4 females and 1 male, and they're just darling dogs. So they range in age from about, I want to say, the one is probably 8 months old, and up to 3 or 5. And they are very well-behaved little dogs. They never try and bite or snap. Thank you, ladies. That is so nice of you guys to...
They are wonderful. They are all wonderful dogs to groom.
5 is a lot to do in one day that are in this condition.
It was.
Heroes of Police Animal Control with the Humane Society of Yuma.
Right now we're going to respond to a barking dog complaint. Okay, so it doesn't look like anybody's home for this barking dog.
Sorry to bother you about that thing next door. That's me.
It's okay.
We Yeah, I hate it. I want to talk to him and be the neighbor that doesn't rat on his neighbor.
I understand.
But I don't know where he is. He's never home.
Okay, so he's not answering like you know, so I'm leaving this for him to contact
I don't want
me.
him to get in trouble, though.
Okay, so I think that's going to conclude the case. I talked to the person who reported the complaint, and he just wanted me to make contact with the owner one time and leave a notice. So right now we're going to be following up on a call from our city ordinance division, and they were out inspecting some properties last week and noticed that there were some fowl on the property, some chickens and some roosters. And roosters aren't allowed in the city, so we're going to go talk to the people at the houses and see what we can do. I know enough that that is a rooster. The other ones are hens. They don't have any wattles on them or a comb. So I'll go see if anybody's home. Hi there. I'm with animal control. I got a call from code enforcement.
From code enforcement?
Yes, about the roosters.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if another officer spoke with you a while back about getting rid of them. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, actually, he talked to me about. He said we need to get a.
You can get a band.
Yeah.
You can buy bands for them,
Uh-huh.
so they don't make any noise.
Right.
Okay, because this is not coming from me, it's coming from the code enforcement.
Right.
Okay, so I want to make sure at least you take care of that, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to come by next week. I don't think, how many roosters you have here?
Well, just one.
Just one, right?
Yeah.
All right, so one rooster on the property. She's going to have it banded next week. And I'm going to come back and check next Wednesday, make sure the band's on, and then that will be it for this one.
Go for it, thank you.
All right, so you just open your gate?
Yeah, because I was cutting the grass.
Okay. The juvenile at the residence was cutting the grass and he let the gate open and his two dogs got out momentarily. So I've talked to him before and they both have license and everything. So he caught his dogs and they're back at home. There are a lot of dogs on the freeway. We've probably had 4 or 5 already this year. This is the second call for this dog in 2 days. So it's not one of my more favorite things to do, but it's very dangerous. People don't slow down or anything for you. So we just saw the dog and we're making plans on with the other officer on what we need, what equipment. And he's too big for a net, so we're going to use a catch-all. I don't think he's going to be very easy to catch. Straight ahead of you, 50 yards. He's right walking towards you. You'll see him in a sec. Just stand right there. He's up against the fence here. He's coming down the fence line. Hey, puppy. No.
I'll come right back to you.
Come on. Hey. No.
Cheaper from going at least farther east.
Why don't you get up here, Brian? She's full on sprint. All right, so we're gonna try to at least keep her from going onto the interstate.
If we get her onto Araby, that'd be fantastic.
A lot far forward. Maybe you can push it to. I'm gonna get a net.
10-9, I got the very end of that, that's all.
10-4. You take my spot up here, kind of by a little past the Araby sign.
I'm just gonna walk her almost down to my truck and I'm gonna hopefully get her to turn around and come back to you.
10-4. So we figured that we can't catch her with a catch pole, so we're gonna try to use a large net on her. Watch her 6.
Not sure what to do.
Don't go into traffic, just watch her.
I wasn't going to, I just meant what's slowing down traffic.
Henry 15.
Henry 13.
location. We're westbound I-8, about a half a mile past Araby, and there's a dog on the freeway causing traffic. It's westbound lanes, but she's going eastbound into oncoming traffic. All right, just keep an eye on her. I'm gonna turn around. All right, we're gonna have to go get in our truck. She's going the opposite way in traffic, and I'm not too comfortable running on the freeway. Whew. It's a little warm out. All right, here we go. Take 3. People not wanting to stop, big rigs, dogs in traffic on the freeway. I have to notify dispatch, and I keep updating them with our information and make sure they know where they're at. I also had them dispatch a Department of Public Safety officer so he could do traffic control for us, so he could at least slow people down. So when this dog's crossing the interstate, it doesn't cause a collision.
Anywhere on 80, but I'm going to go ahead and drop here and let you know if I can find her coming back west.
10-4. Dispatch says they have a DPS guy. Yeah, that medium stops right there, or median, sorry. It stops there right at the bridge, so she can't go any farther. I'm thinking we pull over right where the guardrail ends, and she may have gone down into the scrub down in there. I guarantee you. She's right now, she's at that point where she's just like, won't stop for anything. But I appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, no problem. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So update, we just got a citizen who said he saw the dog again and she is in traffic again. So we're gonna go out there and try to catch her. I'm actually gonna go all the way to Fortuna and come back. It's just a little bit safer. I'm gonna start walking. I think I see her, but I'm not sure because there's a lot of scrub. So in between me and you.
Yeah, probably about 60 to 70.
10-4, I'm gonna start walking that way. I got my big net. So he says she's down that way. Officer Bauer says she sees her. Or that's where she was last seen. So we're gonna go try and do this one more time. I threw my net at her because it has happened on a couple occasions where I've thrown a net and the dog has run into it and tripped and I have caught it. So that was my last ditch attempt. So
the dog was captured the next day and saved from the dangerous situation on the freeway.
I actually prefer to work the night shift. It's not because the call volume's any less or any more. Day shift, the same amount of calls as night shift. I think being in an extreme environment like Yuma, for the most time, it's so warm here and everything. I find it a little bit easier to work at the night when the sun has gone down. So it's a little bit more difficult to work at night, finding addresses and seeing things that you can't see during the day. But I enjoy the nighttime. A little bit different people out at night too, so you get a little bit different kinds of calls. There's supposed to be a dog that is emaciated, chained up outside, not doing well. Okay, so here's the information I have for animal cruelty. 3rd Street, Avenue A, white dog next to a canal. Not a very good description, but I know what dog they're talking about. They'll make contact with the owner and just tell them that somebody called concerned for their animal. Never had a problem with it before.
Trafficking vehicles, Virginia Manor.
Again. I know. I know you have a license and a vaccination and all that. I know you do. I know, she's good. I see her, she's taken care of. You always feed her.
Yes, I do.
I know, everybody thinks she's too thin, but she's so hyper.
That's my guard.
Yep, okay, I'm leaving.
All right.
Good night. Dog is fine, food, water, cared for. I've talked to this lady numerous times. She cares for her dog as good as anybody else does. It's vaccinated and licensed, so we're good to go and we're leaving. We have another call for some animals that were running at large, and then the person who called in the call caught the animals, so now they have them at their house, and I believe it's two husky puppies. So we're gonna go pick up those dogs, see if they have any ID, microchip, and if they don't, we'll take them to the Humane Society. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I was washing my car and they scared me and they came up to me.
And they have collars?
Yeah, they have collars.
No tags, right?
No tags.
All right. Look at that. Oh yeah, and where did you guys find them at?
I was just washing my car and they came up on the right side. I got scared. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh, puppies, okay.
Okay. Are they friendly?
Very. They came up to me. They just wanted to play.
Can you hold this one for me, just by the collar, so it doesn't take off?
Okay.
And I come back, okay? I don't want it to run out in the street.
Bye, Charlotte.
All right. Yeah, they're two females. They're very good. Somebody's missing these dogs. These aren't. So. Hi, puppies. We're here, found these two dogs running around behind their house about 2 hours ago. They have collars on. They're beautiful looking husky puppies. They can't be over 12 weeks old. Very, very calm. You can see they're cared for. They have collars on, no tags and no microchip. And unfortunately, when they don't have any information like that, I can't return them to anybody. So they're going to go to stay at the Humane Society tonight until their owners can come look for them. They are good looking dogs.
Desert Veterinary Clinic. Oh yeah, we also see dogs and cats. Desert Veterinary Clinic. Give us a call at 928-783-5010.
First, it was just this fantasy, this fairy tale, where nothing could go wrong. Life isn't that easy and that straightforward. First, you have the vision, and then you make it possible. The joy we have is just off the chart. We love it up there. Will this joy lead to harm or death? Something almost made me crumble when I started putting the dog on my back.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, see ya.
I know the truth now. I know there's more than that fantasy of like, oh, we'll fly together. There's also, oh, we could die together. What happens when dogs fly? It sure wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was the reality of it. That's what life is. There's the fantasy, and then there's the actuality.
Heroes of Police Animal Control with the Humane Society of Yuma.